Today we're going to be doing southern fried pork chops. I'll go over the ingredients with you. First of all, you need some pork chops. Okay, I think these are about maybe 3/4 inch thick. They're pretty good thickness. They're not the real thin, flimsy kind. And what I've done is I've salted and peppered them on both sides. Okay, and then here I have a cup of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of paprika. And here I have 2 tablespoons of real butter, not margarine. Remember, margarine is blasphemy. We don't use margarine. And some oil. Oh, it's about maybe 1/4 inch thick. I may add more. But anyway, stay tuned and I will be back with the next section. Thanks. Okay, as you can see here, I have coated the pork chops with the flour mixture, which had a cup of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of paprika. Now I'm going to turn my oil on and get it really hot, and then I'll begin to fry the pork chops. Stay tuned. Okay, once the butter and the oil begin to heat really well, almost to boiling, I'm going to turn this down between medium and medium high and get ready to put the pork chops in. So here we go. And there's really no set time on cooking these. Some people say 3 to 5 minutes per side. You just have to cook them till they're done. And you don't want to turn them until they're looking brown on one side. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Now just sizzling away on medium-high heat. Stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to check the underside of these chops. That's not quite as brown as I think it should be, so I'm just going to turn it right back over and let it continue to cook for a couple more minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I have turned the pork chops, and I will allow them to cook until they're brown on both sides, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ain't those pretty? So, I'm not really sure how long they've been frying, but they look just about done to me. They have a really beautiful golden brown crust on them. And the reason for that is the butter. Now, I know I got my butter haters out there that don't want to put butter in anything, but butter is very important for this recipe. You have to add about 2 tablespoons of it to the oil in order to get this browning, because butter has natural sugars in it and other components that help things brown when you're frying them. So just remember that and don't be a butter hater. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, well, just looky here. Alright, my pork chops are done, and before I put the boiling oil away, of course, I cut one in the center and I checked for any signs of pink, and I don't see any. If you have any doubts, okay, as to whether or not your pork chop is done, take a white paper towel and dab on the inside of the meat here, and make sure that there's no pink liquid coming out, and that will assure you that your pork chop is completely done. And of course, I let these rest for about probably 10 minutes before serving. That's important. They'll be more tender, and it just gives the pork chop a better flavor and a better texture if you let it rest for a few minutes before you serve it. So as you can see, these are beautiful southern fried pork chops, okay, with the simplest recipe known to man. Just some flour, salt, pepper, and paprika, 1 coating of flour, no egg, nothing like that. And so there's this really nice thin brown crust on the pork chop, and it will absolutely be delicious. I appreciate you tuning into this video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.